Hello fellow collectors and welcome to Long's Toys. Today we are taking a look at the DX rolling Vistamp from Kamen Rider Revice. So as you can see, the form that this produces is featured very prominently here on the box. It's a really cool form. I like it a lot. You kind of have the one side looking like Revi and then the other side looking like Vice, so it's kind of a cool Jekyll and Hyde two-face thing going on here, which is pretty neat. Over here on this side just shows how it can work with the Revice driver, of course. And then over here it shows that you can also attach, not really attach, but touch other Vistamps to it to power it up, which is pretty cool. Not really anything going on the bottom. Comes with 3 watch batteries, which are included, which is always appreciated. Spinning it around to the back shows you how, of course, you can use it with the Revice driver and everything else it can do, which we'll take a look at all of that in a moment. And then again, just another picture of that form over here. So yeah, pretty standard packaging, but very colorful, very fun. Going to go ahead and get this out of the box, and we'll take a closer look. So here is the rolling Vistamp out of the packaging here. I like the design. They're obviously going for kind of a paint roller motif. You can see the giant splats of paint here right on the front. Definitely reminds me of something like out of Splatoon. That's the first thing I think of when I see the front of this. But it's got this large translucent piece of plastic here on the front, kind of a darker translucent plastic, so the light can shine through. You can see they have the Vice eyes etched in there, which is pretty cool. Nice metallic blue paint on the handle here. The speaker is right inside there. If we come around to the back, you can see that it still has the marbling effect, like most of the other Vistamps do. And I think that blue and black really look sharp together. Got your QR code here. You got the little sensor right there. Batteries go over here in the handle. So this is where you pull the little tab out. And if you ever had to replace the batteries, you would just pop open this little compartment right there. But yeah, this one actually has quite a bit you can do with it just on its own. You can see we have a trigger right here. So if we hit that, just kind of a generic splat sound there, but if we hold the trigger down, we can cycle through a few sounds. I think that's the last one. Yeah, we've cycled back through there. With the roller, you can spin, and you get that sound if you do it 3 times. So there you go, you get that attack sound effect. You have the metal plate down here, if we push that in like with normal Vistamps. And then it just hits something to cancel that out. Now it also has a sensor on the top. So if we bring a Vistamp in, so it doesn't matter what Vistamp you use, the Vistamp will just say its own name, and then it'll always say painting finish. But I think that's kind of cool. You can see you just have to line up the sensor there with the sensor on the back, and then that will work. It also is just a nice comparison with how much bigger this thing is than a normal size Vistamp. I mean, that's crazy. So, like I said, definitely a lot it can do on its own, which is pretty fun, but of course it is compatible with the Revice driver, so let's go ahead and bring that in. So it's kind of crazy to see the two next to each other because this thing is almost as big as the Revice driver, but I promise it still fits on here. So it doesn't really have a remix, but it has an attack sound. So you can actually do the attack two different ways. That was the first. So it's kind of the same attack sound, but you can either click it once, hit the trigger, then click it again, or at that point you could either take it off and then use the trigger and activate the attack sound that way as well. Next up, we'll try it with the Oren Buster 50. Angle that up just a bit. We can also try it with the Gundaphone. It only says the one phrase. So I think this one's pretty fun. I mean, the paint roller motif is definitely random, but I think it's a lot of fun. Doesn't really have too much to do with the form itself, so again, random. But I love the giant paint splotches here on the front, definitely giving me Splatoon vibes. I think it's fun that this thing has a lot of functionality just on its own, because he kind of uses it as a melee weapon as well as a transformation device, so I think that's really fun. Yeah, I definitely recommend checking this one out. I really like this form. I think the suit looks really sharp. I don't know how long it'll last. That's what he's using right now, but he's about to move on to the Thundergale Vistamp, whatever that form is going to be called. I feel like this year he's really moved through forms pretty quickly. Barad Rex, Volcano Rex, this one kind of not getting a ton of screen time as he just kind of moves through all these toys to sell us. But I'm still having a lot of fun. I think this gimmick is really neat. And I think this is a really fun one to add to your collection. So let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Please like, share, and subscribe. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. And as always, thanks so much for watching.